Okay, question number one is about gas. You must know all the properties of gas. Uh, I told you the first thing is that chlorine is a bleaching agent. First thing is eliminate the wrong option. Chlorine is bleaching agent. It turns the color. Okay. अच्छा, damn litmus paper. Ammonia is wrong. Ammonia turns damn red to blue. Oxygen does not change the lime water color. This is not a test for this information is correct. This piece of information, but this is not a test. D is the answer. Sulfur dioxide is a reducing agent, and this is oxidizing agent. So sulfur dioxide changes the color of KMnO4 from purple to colorless. Okay, oxidize is a redox reaction. This is reducing agent and this is oxidizing agent. Okay, a student plans to experiment. Find the concentration of a solution of sodium hydroxide by titration with dilute hydrochloric acid. Find the rate of reaction between pieces of calcium carbonate dilute hydrochloric acid by measuring the volume of gas. Okay, so this experiment one is about titration and experiment two is about rate. So which apparatus is needed apart from a flask is provided? Okay, in experiment one, you for titration, obviously you need burette and pipette. You don't need balance for titration because you are giving solution. You don't need gas syringe. You need burette and pipette. Yes, B and C, any one of them is correct. But for experiment two, we don't need thermometer for rate here in this experiment. So we need gas syringe and clock for rate of reaction. So C is the answer. Okay. Question 3. Q is a pure sample of substance that has a single RF value 0. 0.9. 0. 0.9 means RF means distance covered by specific, suppose compound solute, I say, upon distance covered by solvent. And if the answer is 0. 0.9, it means it has covered too much difference. I mean too much distance. Okay. Acha ji. So which one? Q is a pure sample. You see, it's a pure sample. It means it should have one. So these two are the closest, but it has two. A has two, one and two. So A is wrong. So C is the answer because it is very close to the solvent front. Because the answer is 0. 0.9, it means it is okay. It means the value is very high. Solute has covered too much distance. Okay, the value is 0. 0.9. If the value is greater, the RF value means greater the distance covered by solute or dye. So C is the answer. Okay. Number 4. Isotopes of bromine. Isotopes having same number of same proton but different neutron. Same number of protons but different number of neutrons. Or same atomic number, different mass number. Okay. The atoms of the same number of electron with different number of wrong. They have same number of neutron, wrong. Different number of neutron. Same proton and similar chemical properties. Yes. Isotopes have same chemical properties. Physical properties may be different. Same number of proton and same physical properties? No. Physical properties cannot be same, like boiling point, like density. Isotopes have different. C is the answer. Compound Z is made of element Y and element X. Compound Z is a good conductor of electricity when molten, but not when solid. It means it is an ionic compound. Okay, which statement is correct? Compound Z has strong force of attraction between electrons and positive ions. This is about metal. Electrons and positive ions about metal. Strong force of attraction between negative ion, positive ion. Yes, because it's ionic compound. Z is an ionic compound because does molten but not does not conduct electricity. When solid means ionic compound. Ionic compound is made from metal and non-metal, so X and Y both metal wrong. Both are non-metal wrong. Copper wire is used to complete an electric circuit. Okay, what happens to the copper wire? Copper wire means hmm, it's metallic bond. The question is about metallic bond and how the electricity is conducted in conductor. Electron move along the wire to the negative terminal. Okay, A and C are very close, but any one is the answer. B is wrong. Uh, Positive. Why B is wrong? Because positive ions move. In metallic bond, you know the positive ions do not move. Only the free mobile electrons move. Why D is wrong? Positive ions move. So B and D are 100% wrong. So eliminate the wrong options first. And A and C, any one option is correct. Electrons move, electrons move. This is also correct. Along the wire to the positive terminal, yes, that is correct. Not to the negative terminal. Electron move to the positive. And positive ions in metallic bonding stay same. This is also same. So only thing which is wrong is positive electrons do not move to the negative terminal. Electrons move to the positive terminal. Okay. Number 7. Question about graphite and diamond. Both are allotropes. Allotropes have similar chemical properties but different physical properties. Both have giant molecular structure. Graphite and diamond. Acha. You see, read the question very carefully. Which statement shows that graphite and diamond are different forms of the carbon? This is the question, and you don't read the question properly, and then some of you may say A is wrong, A is correct, because the piece of information is correct, but A is not the answer. Why? Because the question is about why graphite and diamond are different forms of element carbon. I mean, why are they allotropes? Allotropes are same elements, but they have different uh, in the same physical state. I mean, both are solid, suppose, but they have different physical properties, and but they have same chemical properties. Okay. Acha ji. So allotropes, in short, we say different forms of same element in the same physical state. They do have different melting point, but this is not the answer of why they are different form. This is also correct, but graphite conduct electricity while diamond does not. This is correct, but this does not show that they are same element. B is the answer. Why? Complete combustion of equal masses of graphite and diamond produces equal masses of carbon dioxide and no other product. This is the same chemical properties. If they are same elements, so they have same chemical properties. Okay. All three pieces A, C, and D are like the correct. pieces of information, but it has nothing to do with different forms of the element. Okay, because silicon dioxide can also have giant covalent structure. It does not mean they have same they are elements. Okay, number 8. Ethene is a covalent compound with a simple molecular structure. Which statement about ethene is correct? Simple molecular structure means low boiling point, melting point. It does not mean that it's a liquid at room temperature. Okay, liquid ethene conduct electricity? No way. So covalent molecules do not conduct in molten state. One ethene molecule contains 16 proton. This is ethene. Carbon atomic number is 6. 12 plus 4, 16. Yes, that's the answer. Total number of shared pair of electron is 5. Wrong. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Answer should be 12. So it's wrong. An organic compound has the molecular formula. Sorry, where's the question? Number 9. C8H16O4. What is the empirical formula? What is the greatest number you can divide all three? That is 2. C4H8. Uh, oh, sorry, that's 4. C2H4O1. C2H4O. So A is the answer. Empirical formula, the simplest formula. You can simplify by dividing with the biggest number, by which all the elements can be like simplified. So 4 is the biggest number by which they can be divided. Yes, compound B is the only substance formed in 2 volume of ammonia gas. React with 1 volume of carbon dioxide. So 2 and 1. Volume and mole is same. For gases, 2 volume, 1 volume. We can also write, usually for you are taught like 2 moles and 1 mole, right? But for gases, we moles, the equation mole, the stoichiometry, we also call stoichiometric mole ratio, can be used as volume ratio for gases only, gases only, not for liquid, not for solid. The reason is 1 mole is 24 dm cube, which is why. So the mole ratio and volume ratio is same for at RTP, right? So, if, so what is the formula of one compound in which it is there? Okay, so it means the compound should have 2 nitrogen, 6 hydrogen, 1 carbon, and 2 oxygen. So if you see this 2 nitrogen, 6 hydrogen, 1 carbon, and 2 oxygen. So A is the answer. If you apply this rule, so which one is correct? So A is correct. Why D is wrong? 8 hydrogen. Why C is wrong? 8 hydrogen. Why B is wrong? 4 hydrogen. Question 11 is about diffusion. First, you look the apparatus very carefully. It's very frequently asked question. Okay. Now the question is about nitrogen is here, and you have a porous spot. Which one? The water level does not move. It means both inside here and inside. Nitrogen MR is 28. They have same molecular mass. It means the same density or same molecular mass, which is why the water level does not move. Okay. So what should be the answer? B. If they have equal masses, then nothing will happen here. No pressure change. Otherwise, suppose here hydrogen is there, suppose, and here you have nitrogen. Hydrogen will diffuse faster inside and nitrogen will diffuse out slower, so inside pressure increases, so this will go down and this will move up. This rule and vice versa will be observed when the porous spot has inside lighter gas. You remember one rule: if the outside of the porous spot has lighter gas, less dense, less molecular mass, it will diffuse faster inside. Inside, pressure will develop. So the liquid level here on the left hand side will go down and the right hand side will go up. Okay? Sometimes they ask that type of question also. Number 12 is purification of copper and metal by electrolysis. Okay. So, not correct, I say whenever not, you just circle it. So, copper is purified, one is one is impure and one is pure. Pure you get deposit and impure metal dissolves. Both not correct. This is correct, but examiner says not correct. This is also correct because it oxidizes and reduces. When it deposits, it reduces. Pure copper is at positive electrode, anode. This is also correct. Sorry, which is not correct. Pure. Pure is at negative electrode. This is the one which is correct, which is wrong. Here is written positive electrode, but pure should be which is written here not correct. Not, yeah. Impure is anode. Pure is cathode. So cathode is negative, and they are saying is positive. So C is the answer, right? C is not correct. Okay. This is also correct. Electrolyte equals this also correct. This also correct. Not correct is only C. By the pure, you remember like that PC. I when the PC. PC, there's a hotel Pearl Continental, the mnemonic. Pure cathode. Cathode is negative. Okay. Concentrated aqueous sodium chloride is electrolyte, inert electrode, no more. What? How could be the pH of the resulting solution? So what are the ions? Na plus, H plus, OH minus from water. Na does not discharge. H plus discharge. So what is left? In chloride, sorry, Na and chloride, NaCl. So chloride also discharge, H plus also discharge. What is left? NaOH is left. OH ion left means OH ion is alkaline. Alkaline means pH should be above 7. Above 7 means which option is above 7? D. Because OH is basic. 14 is about equilibrium and exothermic. Which change would not means yield of ammonia? Okay, that's very simple answer. A is the answer because catalyst no effect on yield, composition, sometimes they ask, okay, etc. So A is the answer. 15. Which energy chain is the activation energy for the catalyzed reaction? I think is the most simple answer. This is the catalyzed one. B. Okay. Oil floats on water. Which statement is not correct? Not true. Of oil and water. Oil and water are immiscible. This is correct. Oil is less dense than water. It is correct. Some molecules in oil have a higher relative molecular mass than water. Correct. Some because water has MR is 18. Oil has very big. D is the answer. The type of bonding within water molecule is different. The type of molecules within molecules in oil both have covalent bond. Both have covalent bond. So this is not correct. Water also have covalent bond. Oil also has covalent bond. Fats and oil have are covalent molecules, not ionic. So they have same type of bond, but here it says different bonding, which is wrong. That was the question, which is not true. So this is not true. D. Again, not question. So must circle first. Use of a catalyst. Number 17. Extraction of iron from hematite, yes, does not involve. We don't involve. Sulfur dioxide, we do use catalyst, vanadium 5 oxide. We use iron catalyst here. This is catalytic converter we use, so it's also wrong. Which statement does not? I don't know why they like not questions too much. Which statement does not describe a reduction reaction? Okay. Reduction. What is reduction? You should know oil rig, gain of electron, then gain of hydrogen, then loss of oxygen. This is reduction. So 18 is D. Oxygen is gained during reaction is wrong. This is oxidation. Gain of oxygen is oxidation. This is not correct. 19. Okay. 18. Let me say why. Explain other options. So electrons are gained during the reaction. Yes, it is correct. It is reduction. Says no, does not. Hydrogen is gained. Yes, it is the reduction. It takes place at the negative electrode. Yes. Red cat, reduction at cathode, and cathode is negative. These three are correct. Zemus is not correct. 90. Very simple question about acid base pH. You must know NaCl is neutral. Hydrochloric acid is 2. What will be the pH of the acid if you add 10 grams sodium chloride? Nothing will happen because it's neutral. Neutral species, if you add, nothing will happen. Okay, 1 mole of solid carbonates of lead, calcium, barium, and magnesium are reacted with excess hydrosulfuric acid. Which sample carbonates release the greatest volume of carbon dioxide? Okay, so uh, you must know when acid plus carbonate, carbon dioxide, water, and salt, they all three form sulfates, salt. Salts form when their carbonate react, barium carbonate plus sulfuric acid, carbon dioxide, water plus barium sulfate forms. And this barium sulfate is insoluble. So it will also When it forms, then it will hinder in the reaction to produce more carbon dioxide. Okay. Same here, it will form insoluble sulfate with sulfuric acid, insoluble sulfate with sulfuric acid. Let form insoluble sulfate with sulfuric acid. Insoluble. Okay. Which prevents further reaction here. Magnesium sulfate is soluble. Soluble. So magnesium sulfate is the answer. Um, 21. In which the two of the products in which action reaction are two of the products salt. So lead nitrate and copper sulfate are salt. A is the answer. Sodium hydroxide is not salt. Hydrochloric acid not salt. Hydrochloric acid not salt. I mean, sorry. I'm sorry I didn't read the question carefully. Lead nitrate and copper, two of the products salt. Sorry. So it formed lead sulfate plus copper nitrate. Both are salt. Let's do the second one. It forms ammonia, water plus salt whenever ammonium compound reacts with alkali. So B is wrong. C, acid plus carbonate form carbon dioxide also. Examiner says two of the products salt plus water plus salt. D is wrong because hydrogen metal plus acid, magnesium chloride plus hydrogen. This is not salt. A is the answer. 22 very frequently asked question about alloys. Okay, you might have seen this question very like in many papers. Brass is an alloy, mixture of metals. Okay, zinc atoms form. Why is brass harder? Question you have to read very carefully. The answer is because the different size of atom prevents sliding of layers. You see how the common distraction, this was the most dangerous distraction. The piece of information is correct, but it has nothing to do with why it is harder. So, yeah. So 22, what looks better? B looks better because zinc atoms prevent, I told you, prevent, because other sides of atom prevent layers sliding from each other. So zinc atom forms strong covalent bond. Wrong. Covalent bond is not there. Metallic bond is there. Zinc atom prevents sea of electron from moving. Sea of electron uh, is not. Zinc atom does not cannot prevent the movement of sea of electron. Okay. From the position, the periodic table, which element is correct? Which statement is correct? Atoms of element in group 7 you have to form ions. No. By losing electron? No. By gaining electron? Iodine can displace bromine? No, because iodine is below bromine. Potassium reacts more rapidly than lithium? Yes, correct. Melting point of cesium is greater than that of potassium? Wrong. Melting point in group 1 decreases down the group. So C is the correct answer. 24. Uh, which element is copper means transition element? You have to see high melting point. These two never possible because the melting point is in minus. So copper is transition element. Its melting point should be very high, at least above 100, right? So D is the answer. Its density should also be very high. Why C is wrong? Because its density is less than the density of water. Density of water is 1. So it's wrong because copper is very high density, higher than the density of water. Okay. So keep in mind that transition elements have high density and high melting point, except this a few like mercury. Uh, 25th is relatively quite, I think, easier. About 8 electrons only. Which statement about this element is correct? 8 means oxygen. So if I'm an ion with two negative charge, yes, O minus 2. It's a metal, no. It's a group 7, no. It's a group 6 element. It has full shell electrons, no. It has atom of element, it has 6 electrons. 26 is about Haber process. No, sorry. Yeah, Haber process. Fractionalization of air, you get nitrogen. Cracking, you get hydrogen. Here you get ammonia. Sorry, pressure Y. You get ammonia here. Z is the ammonia. Z is ammonia means B wrong, C wrong. A and D. W is nitrogen. So D is the correct answer. 27. Which oxide can be reduced to metal by roasting with powdered iron? Iron can reduce the metal below. If you need the reactivity series. Acha ji. The reactivity series is like you have to remember. So which oxide is below iron in the reactivity series? Which metal is below iron? Copper is below iron. Magnesium is above iron in the reactivity series. Zinc also above. Calcium also above. Iron can reduce metal oxide below it, can take its oxygen. Okay, there's a rule in reactivity series. This question is in we study in reactivity series. The more reactive metal can reduce the less reactive metal from its oxide. Okay, and it can take the oxygen. Reduction means take the oxygen, loss of oxygen. Okay, so iron can cause the loss of oxygen in the metal below it. Number 28. Which element, if attached to iron, is immersed in salt water would prevent? This is about the prevention of rusting and sacrificial protection. In sacrificial protection, when we attach, the metal should be more reactive than iron. Okay, so the more reactive than iron is C. When a more reactive metal is attached with the less reactive metal, the more reactive metal prevents the less reactive metal's life from rusting and itself get dissolved. Okay, so magnesium is more reactive than iron. Extraction of metal. So these all questions are metal and reactivity series. So carbon monoxide can take oxygen from a metal which is less reactive. Okay, it cannot. So the final reaction, the extraction of metal X, is represented by the following reaction. So carbon monoxide can take used in the extraction of iron. In your O-level book, you studied this one, right? Carbon monoxide plus Fe2O3, 2Fe plus 3 carbon dioxide. Okay. Hydrated sodium carbonate decomposes So usually in general, sodium carbonate itself do not decomposes easily, thermally stable. In O level we teach you like this, but in A level there is a question when sodium carbonate decompose at very high temperature. But in O level we teach you it's thermally stable. So which one in which A is wrong, it is broken down. C is wrong, is broken down. D is wrong, is broken down. B is the answer. Only water of crystallization is broken. Sodium carbonate is thermally stable. Question 31 is still about metals, extraction of aluminium. Okay, which statement of the electrolysis is correct? Aluminum ions gain electrons to form aluminum. Fortunately, the first answer is correct. This is the equation. Aluminum forms in molten state. Which ion present in both sewage and fertilizer and can cause eutrophication when it enters river? Allah. So it's very common question about eutrophication. Nitrate ion. 23. Oh, sorry, 33. It's again about the air and water, oxygen. So, Beljar experiment. So there's oxygen here. So oxygen, when it burns, all the oxygen is consumed from here. The pressure inside decreases, the water level increases. A is wrong because the water level decreases. Okay, here decrease compared to here. B is wrong, looks wrong because its water level is similar, and C is the correct because oxygen is used up, so the water level inside increases, and it's only 20% increases, and D is wrong because it shows too much, like more than 50% increase oxygen. Oxygen is only 20% roughly by volume, okay, which is why C is wrong. C is correct. B is wrong, shows the same water level. Okay. Outside and inside, both. This why it's wrong. The inside should it will increase the water level because you consumed oxygen when the candle was burning, it consumed oxygen. Roughly 20% oxygen is in the bell jar. Okay, so the water level inside the bell jar rises, right? So 34 to 40 are organic, last six. Unsaturated hydrocarbon molecule, how many? Yeah, this is hydrocarbon. Chlorine is there, so it's not hydrocarbon. This is unsaturated. This is not unsaturated. Carbon double bond oxygen is not considered unsaturated, it's saturated. This is also saturated. So answer is 1A. 35. Many students they think this is unsaturated, is wrong. Carbon oxygen, only carbon double bond is unsaturated or triple bond. 35. Not for alkane, correct for alkene, but not for alkane. They turn aqueous bromine wrong because alkanes, they turn which statement are correct for alkenes but not for alkane. They turn aqueous bromine from brown to colorless, not they. Allah, acha. Oh, sorry. They means sorry. Uh, this one is I didn't, not for alkanes but correct for alkenes. So one is correct. They turn alkene, turn bromine to colorless, not alkane. So one is correct. General formula of alkene is CnH2n. Yes, alkene is correct for alkene. They burn in air to form carbon dioxide and water. So number three, read number three. Okay, why number three is wrong? Because it's not for alkene, is wrong. This is true. This is true for both. Both alkane and alkene react to form carbon dioxide and water, but it says only for alkene, not for alkane. So that's why three is wrong. So one and two are correct. Your third statement is correct for both. Alkene also, alkane also. 36. When an alcoholic drink that contains ethanol, wine is an alcoholic which contains ethanol. If wine is left or exposed to air for too long, it becomes acidic because it gets oxidized. Okay, it is oxidized to ethanoic acid. What is the formula of ethanoic acid? CH3COOH. So which one is A is the answer? Acha. Which polymer Z has a structure shown? Okay, so do you know this is condensation polymer? Yes. It's a polyamide? Yes. Not polyester. 2 and 3, C is the answer. 38 is about polydichloroethene monomer. Is very simple. This monomer is like this double bond, just add a double bond. This one and this one is same. A is the answer. Why B is wrong? Two chlorine atoms are there. It's wrong. Wrong. C. It's not formed by condensation, it's formed by addition. The polymer has lower melting point than monomer. Wrong. Polymer always has higher melting point than monomer. Okay. Last two. So this reaction, organization is cracking one big molecule into smaller molecules. 39 is cracking. It's not combustion because no carbon dioxide and water form, not or neither, not even carbon monoxide. It's not oxidation, it's not reduction, cracking. When a big molecule converts into smaller molecules in hydrocarbon. Last, which is 40 uh, for WXYZ. Which row is correct? Isomers of each other, W and X. Yeah, they are isomers, 4 carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and C4H10, different structure. So WX, C and D wrong. Isomers of each other, W and X, any one answer. Let's see. Dechlorize bromine, Y and Z both will dechlorize, Y and Z, Y and Z both possibility. And branch structure, this is not branched, Z. So which one is W is branched, Y is branched. So A is the answer, A. Okay, X is not branch. X is not branch structure. So what is the answer? A. This. That's all for that's all, and the question is over. If you have any question, please write in the comment.